Yeah.
Togekiss is also something that that we've seen a fair amount of this year. Hasn't always been placing too high. Togekiss gets a lot of good support options. Obviously, Follow Me. It does cool things against a lot of the niche Ubers. Like, for instance, the standard Palkia set is typically Spatial Run Earth Power, so that just absolutely cannot touch Togekiss, which is something we saw in that New York PC final versus Cybertron. Cybertron was using Palkia, could not touch Togekiss at all, and Lapras obviously threatened it with Freeze Dry.
So yeah, Follow Me definitely pulling a lot of support for Kamaal here. What do you think about the restricted matchup here? Xerneas going to be pretty key here, I think.
Yeah, Xerneas is going to be very important. John's team doesn't appear to have a whole ton of answers. Like he has his own Groudon.
Mawile.
Yeah, in Mawile. Aerodactyl, I'm pretty sure just faints to it.
Right.
Up.
Yeah.
Rayquaza not liking it. Smeargle can put it to sleep. Lapras probably takes two hits to take it down at least.
Yeah.
Relatively bulky Pokemon.
Yeah, possibly if it has a Solve Vest as well.
Yeah.
As we do see the Aerodactyl and Groudon on Jonathan's side, along with the Thunderous Kangaskhan from Kamaal here, a Nerve. We get to see that Aerodactyl there. Not going to matter too much in this matchup right now. Neither of these Pokemon have berries. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so
no, Thundurus might.
Yeah, Thundurus might have Citrus Berry. We've seen a little bit of Lumberry Thundurus too.
True.
It's pretty niche, but we've seen it. Pretty good lead matchup here for Kamaal. Fake Out is a good threat on both Pokemon. Thundurus also threatens a Thunderbolt KO onto the Aerodactyl straight up. The problem here is that Kamaal doesn't have a whole lot of pressure versus the Groudon, unless he's backing something like a HP Water Thundurus, and he could switch something in. I don't think he has any of that on his team though, unfortunately. That is something that we've seen pick up. HP Water Electrics this year. We've seen a few Thundurus like that. We've seen Zapdos do that at quite a few regions this year, actually.
Yeah. Anything to take down Groudon.
Yeah. Groudon's definitely the premier threat here. Groudon and Xerneas, so any way to just take them out immediately.
Yeah, as we do see Kangaskhan Mega evolving there. Thunder Wave going into that Aerodactyl slot, slowing it down and preventing it from maybe doing its support options there. Tailwind coming out from Aerodactyl there. Going to double John's speed there. Power Up Punch we see from Kangaskhan. He goes into his own Thundurus, possibly predicting Oh, dude.
The Side Pup is my favorite playing Pokemon.
It's amazing when you see it. Eruption coming out from that Groudon there. Is it going to be enough to pick out a knockout here? It is on the Thundurus, doing a lot of damage to Kangaskhan as well there.
Yeah, not a good turn there for Kamaal whatsoever. He definitely very much expected John to double protect turn one, to try and stall out the Fake Out. The thing is that typically on support Pokemon this year, you don't see a whole lot of protect on them because usually getting the free switch off of it, you go for your one support move, Trick Room, Tailwind, Taunt, whatever, and then you get a free switch into your more powerful Pokemon.
Yeah,
as we see Thunder Wave on Groudon.
What? Oh, this is amazing, dude. Going into the Xerneas slot, gonna paralyze that. Geomancy gonna get set up by Xerneas here. And we also saw the missed Sucker Punch onto I believe it was the Groudon slot.
Yeah.
It's a whiff for the Thunder Wave there. Aerodactyl still waiting to see what that does here.
Probably can expect to see a Rock Slide or something here, trying to pick up a KO on the Kangaskhan.
So we do see that Rock Slide going into Kangaskhan, just enough to pick up the knockout there. Kind of an unfortunate series of turns for Kamaal here.
Yeah, not very favorable for Kamaal. The one thing here is that Kamaal is definitely a very good best of 3 player. And the thing about what John has done thus far is that John has revealed most of his text to this point. At least on these Pokemon. Like revealing Thunder Wave and Eruption on the Groudon is definitely good information for Kamaal going forward.
Yeah, that's pretty huge. Kamaal definitely going to be able to make the adjustment in the next couple games. We go to game 3.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Kamaal definitely wants to still take out some of John's Pokemon to try and gain as much info on their sets as he possibly can. because getting info like that in a best of 3 is very important.
Do you think Xerneas is going to be able to fire off any attacks here?
I believe it will. Now that it has boosted special defense, Eruption won't be doing that much damage. Depending on John's last move as well.
So we do see the Groudon protecting on Kamaal's side. Eruption coming out from Jonathan there. Going to do some damage to the Xerneas. Not too much. Aerodactyl fully paralyzed, and we see Dazzling Gleam coming up from the Xerneas there. Able to easily pick up the knockout on that Aerodactyl.
Yeah, interesting to see there that we didn't see the Focus Sash on the Aerodactyl, which leads me to believe that the Focus Sash is likely on John's Smeargle, which just came out here. Few minor technical difficulties going on here.
No, we're good.
But we're getting everything worked out.
Yeah, so a Smeargle coming in for John here.
Yeah, I wasn't able to catch with the screen difficulties by the Tailwind right now. I don't believe it's actually out yet. I think there's still one more turn of Tailwind.
Yeah.
And Groudon just protected, so Groudon could definitely be could be bedtime for Groudon.
Yeah. Definitely not for Xerneas though. I mean, it's already paralyzed here.
Yeah.
So.
Although if John is carrying something like a mixed set with Precipice Blades, we could see that definitely being able to pick up a KO on the Xerneas. Xerneas' HP stat is actually, and Groudon's HP stats are both interesting to note here. Both of them look to be very bulky.
Yeah, as we do see the Dark Void there coming out from Smeargle. Gonna hit that Groudon slot there, obviously not able to put the paralyzed Xerneas to sleep there. Groudon going for Precipice Blades here, able to pick up a little bit of damage onto that Xerneas slot. We do see Dazzling Gleam coming out from Xerneas there, going to bring Smeargle down to his Focus Sash, as we do see the Tailwind expire this turn. Mm-hmm. Oh, he gets the Evasiveness boost.
Smeargle showing exactly why it is an extremely balanced Pokemon. Honestly, probably the most skill-based Pokemon in the format, if I do have to say so myself.
A bit opinionated here with Sam.
A little bit opinionated, a little bit biased.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Dark Void is very much deserved to be in the format. What could be more competitive than Dark Void?
We do see the Follow Me coming out from Smeargle there. Precipice Blades going out onto Kamaal's side. Going to pick up the knockout onto that Xerneas slot there. Not going to be... Groudon obviously taking a sleep turn here. Not much else he can do.
Not much else he can really do at this point. Smeargle getting good Moody boosts. Groudon here. John's Groudon is in a very good position here. Precipice should just clean up the game.
Right.
See Smeargle protecting here so that it can go for a Dark Void in the event that he wakes up. But John's Groudon does move first, which is good info for both sides to know. In case Kamaal had some sort of trickery mode, he doesn't based on his team. Doesn't have any possible setters.
So yeah, John taking game one pretty decisively.
Yeah, pretty decisively. The thing there to note is that John did reveal a lot of his text game one. I don't know that it was entirely necessary for him to do that too, which is important because now going into games 2 and 3, Kamaal can formulate a much better plan. There's Kamaal there. They stalled out that game as long as they could possibly go. But probably not trying to still win the game, but rather just to have enough time to actually collect himself, think about games 2 and 3 instead.
Kamaal is one of those kind of players who definitely plays for the long haul. He tries to refocus, and he'll do. I think he'll do well in the next 2 games if he takes it that far.
Yeah, absolutely. If he can take it to a game 3, I think it's definitely in Kamaal's favor because John doesn't know as much about Kamaal's team. He knows Thundurus has Thunder Wave, that's very standard.
Yeah.
Kangaskhan has Power Up Punch, which is very standard again.
So not showing the low kick.
Yeah. He also did not even show Fake Out, which is definitely important too. Which is pretty important. We don't know yet if he's carrying it or not. He could just be protect Kangaskhan too. So I think Kamaal definitely has the info advantage going in, but John also has the game advantage going in. So a little bit going both ways for both players. See, Colby got banned. Chat, nice.
Oh.
Honestly, I would just keep Colby banned, to be honest.
Chill. So any other? There are a couple surprises.
Yeah. You see here, you actually see a lead of Groudon Mawile from John's end, changing things up from how he won game 1. Sounds Groudon.
Okay, so we see both players trading Intimidates here. What do you think Mawile is going to do in this situation?
Mawile looks in a good position to faint right now.
Yeah.
Groudon threatens it in every way, shape, or form. Precipice Blades, even at -1, threatens a knockout. Eruption, Earth Power, Flamethrower, Fire Punch, you name whichever stab Groudon. It'll probably pick up the KO on Mawile.
We did see though that John's Groudon outspeeds. So
Yeah.
how do you think that's going to play into it?
I don't think it's going to be too important. -1 Precipice Blades might not even do 50% at this point.
At -1, yeah.
Yeah, -1. And Precipice Blade's Hyper Voice could be a possible KO onto John's Groudon.
Fair enough. As we do see Mawile switching out into the Aerodactyl there, revealing its Unnerve once again. Salamence opting to Mega Evolve once again here. Possibly going for Hyper Voice or Draco or something like that. Substitute actually from Kamaal's Salamence here. Gonna protect itself from some damage here. Thunder Wave going into the Salamence slot. Ooh, wow. Precipice Blades coming out from Kamaal's side, able to get some damage onto that Groudon. Actually does 50% at -1.
Yeah, very, very impressive there. Really good damage output. Aerodactyl switching in here was a good switch, but it doesn't look to be too threatening there. Rock Slide should be able to break a sub, but Kamaal might be in a position to just take out Groudon.
Right.
Knowing what John has brought so far, you've seen Aerodactyl, Mawile, and the Groudon. Once he gets rid of Groudon, there's not a whole lot threatening Kamaal's own Groudon.
Yeah. As we see Thunderous switch in here, interesting to note. Groudon protecting, Rock Slide going into Kamaal's side. Gonna do a decent amount of damage to Thunderous. Not enough to proc the Citrus Berry though. As we also see the substitute fade there. Hyper Voice going into that Aerodactyl there. Not doing a whole lot of damage there. Kind of a dead turn for Kamaal there, it seems.
Yeah, he gets on Thunderous here, which is important because it does threaten a taunt or Thunder Wave onto the Aerodactyl. Thunderbolt threatens a straight up KO too.
Onto the Aerodactyl.
Yeah, onto the Aerodactyl. The Salamence here is at -1, which is important to know. Double Edge might not be enough to KO the 50% Groudon at this point.
Would a Draco take care of it if he has it?
If he's carrying Draco, I would expect it to. Usually when you see substitute Salamence,
you go mixed.
Yeah, you usually end up dropping Draco and going double Flying Stab.
Oh wow! The Thunderous surviving, but the Salamence flinches this turn. Thunderbolt gonna pick up the knockout on the Aerodactyl though. As we get to see what Groudon decides to do. Eruption gonna be enough to pick up the knockout onto that Thunderous there.
Yes, Salamence does hang out though.
Wow.
There's a very weak Eruption. Obviously couldn't go for Precipice Blazer against 2 flying types.
Right.
Eruption there, pretty weak from 50% health. It looks like we do have video back, which is very important.
Yes.
Very, 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 very happy about that.
Good. So what kind of switch-ins would you expect here?
We could see both players get to have a switch in here. The thing is that John can switch in Mawile to get
Intimidate.
Intimidate again, which is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Sucker Punch does threaten a KO onto the Salamence, and Kamaal cannot sub anymore
Right.
due to his HP stat. Groudon here still isn't a bad switch in. And we don't know Kamaal's fourth yet. He has the Groudon. I would expect to see probably a Xerneas in the back. Togekiss didn't seem like a very likely pick here.
Yeah. Okay, as we do see the Schmeargle come in for John's side, and we also see Groudon come back in for Kamaal here. Interesting plays here. Schmeargle not under Trick Room this time, unfortunately. Not going to be able to take advantage of that. But what would you expect from Schmeargle this turn?
We could see a Fake Out definitely. If it's carrying it, possibly has a Wide Guard. Wide Guard Schmeargle is something that has picked up some traction this year. With all these primals spreading, using spread moves and such.
Right. We see the Mawile switch in for John's side here.
This is a very risky switch if he's not able to Fake Out the Groudon or put it to sleep.
We do see it protect itself, so it will be surviving this turn. Dark Void going into that slow Groudon there. Able to connect with that Dark Void and put Groudon to sleep there.
Yeah, definitely not a good turn there for Kamaal. Sucker Punch threatening now a KO onto the Salamence. Not opting to attack with Salamence, expecting the Fake Out.
We get the speed drop from Schmeargle.
The speed drop is important now. Groudon has taken one turn of sleep, can possibly wake up this turn and outspeed both of these Pokemon. So we could just see Kamaal's Groudon just straight up wake up here and just wreak havoc.
Sure.
We could see something like a Mawile switching back out to get a second Intimidate off onto the Groudon if he can somehow eliminate the Salamence. But we do see him just opt to Mega.
Yeah, opt to Mega and no longer have that Intimidate option for Mawile there. Protect coming out from Salamence. It's gonna fail this time. Spiky Shield coming out from the Schmeargle slot. We actually reveal Substitute on the Mawile of all things. Groudon taking another sleep turn here. Interesting turn there for no one taking any doing any attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, Substitute on Mawile is pretty interesting. The thought has definitely crossed my mind this year. Smeargle's out there a lot. It's spreading Dark Voids. Smeargle's also usually faster than Mawile. So say you can get up Trick Room and then you can set up a Substitute on a Smeargle. Cannot put you to sleep. Generally, Smeargle can't do anything if you have a sub up.
Right.
It's also sort of the reason why we've seen Substitute Salamence come out this year. Generally a good lead into Smeargle.
A good tech option against that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So as we do see the Sucker Punch coming out, it actually targets into the Groudon slot, leaving Salamence to potentially fire up a Hyper Voice here. Gonna bring Schmeargle down to its Focus Sash. Critical hit, not the most
relevant thing.
Not the most relevant thing in the world. Dark Void coming out onto the +2 accuracy, so definitely gonna be able to connect with this Salamence here.
Yeah. Interesting that he didn't opt to Sucker Punch the Salamence.
Groudon fast asleep there once again.
Yeah, Groudon sleeping again. The Sucker Punch not going into the Salamence was sort of weird. Could have taken it out, and then Groudon couldn't switch out of its current -1 attack. Also interesting to note for the moveset, he has Substitute and Sucker Punch. So that means that he gave up either Play Rough or Iron Head. It could be either move. The thing is that Play Rough does pick up a KO on most Xerneas due to Fairy Aura existing.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it could be either move here.
So we do see it opting to protect this turn. Gonna keep its sub up safe and sound.
Yeah.
Spiky Shield going up for John, so double protect from his side. Salamence gonna fall asleep here. As we see Groudon waking up finally. Precipice Blades into nothing.
Yeah. This is sort of the interesting thing about Smeargle and Moody. It can sort of create win conditions by doing things like going for Spiky Shield. Where John might have been fishing there for a
evasiveness boost.
Yeah, evasiveness boost, speed boost. It's pretty hard to keep track of all these Moody boosts. I believe he's still at -1 speed.
Right, yeah, he is still at -1 speed.